What's good, everyone? Get it, get it, get it, get it. Welcome back to my channel. So the subject of today, why is your ego sabotaging your life? Ego is the enemy. There's actually a book called The Ego is the Enemy. And I highly suggest you read it if you have ego issues, because ego does things to you that you're not even aware of. Like, you'll go through your day, your life, and you're gonna do things that it's all because of your ego, especially like masculine ego. It could be so destructive. Ego, it's like jealousy. It's a poison. It will just erode you. It will just make you become worse and worse and worse. And if you don't pay attention to signs that are clearly show that you have an ego that's inflated, well, you're never going to be able to thrive. You're going to repeat the same cycles. You're going to stay in situations that don't make you feel good. And yeah, it's just going to suck. So why is your ego sabotaging you? It's because anything you do in life, when you let your ego take over, it means that your focus is not inwards anymore, it's outwards. Because ego is all about, like, let me prove myself. Let me show that I'm better. Let me make them understand that they should have acted differently with me. But all of that is outwards. You're not even focusing on what you're supposed to do. You think you are by doing certain things because, like, for example, I'll use fitness. Fitness is a great example to display ego issues. Let's say there's this guy that pissed you off at the gym, or you have like a rival, and I don't know, one day he did something that you didn't like it. It didn't roll with you. And now your ego kicks in and you're like, I'm going to show him that, he ain't shit or whatever. And then you start training like an idiot just to show that you're better. Well, the thing is, even if you're doing your training program, which means you think you're focused inwards, because it's like, oh no, I go to the gym, I do my workout. Yes, you go to the gym, you do your workout, but you're working out for him. You're not working out for you. And guess what? If that other person is a savage and is more self-aware than you, he will know, he will sense that what you're doing is for him, and he will feed off that to crush you even more. The reason why I'm telling you this is that because I could do the same thing to a bunch of people, but I don't do it because I have better things to do, because even when somebody does that, it catches them after. That's why ego games, they're very dangerous. It's like someone who wins a fight and then he brags too much about it, and he keeps saying how the fighter that he beat is a pussy, and keeps rambling about how he's so awesome. Guess what happens usually? He eventually loses to somebody else. Why? Because his focus is outwards. He can't just sit still. Like, look, you won, be proud, you did a good job, move on to the next battle. No, he's still focused on the fact that he beat down that other person, and what happens is that he loses sight of the trajectory that he's supposed to take to actually level up. And then when he goes to another fight, he gets knocked out. And then sometimes the other person's gonna do the same mistake. So that's why you always gotta remember that whenever you have that urge of like trying to prove yourself to someone, and even to yourself, like, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to prove myself. No, you don't even need to prove to yourself. Like, the only thing you want to do is move forward and silently. But you don't need to be like, I need to prove to myself that I can do it. Just do it. One step at a time. So you see, with these little examples, you see how the ego can burn you. I'll give you another example. Let's say you were like dating a girl, or you were talking to a girl, and things didn't go as planned, right? And your butt hurt. Well, ego's gonna kick in again. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna be super cold with the girl. You're gonna like make her feel like you hate her, like almost like you would destroy her. And it's like, why do that? It's not bringing you any good. you're just causing pain to yourself. And I know for younger men, it's very hard because when you feel like somebody like played you or somebody like took advantage of you, it really digs deep. You gotta like really fight it. But you know deep down that the right reaction is just to go on with your life and do your own thing. It doesn't mean you have to be best friends with the person or give the other cheek. And this is where I'm going to talk about knowing how to use ego. Ego is useful. You need ego or else you'll get crushed. But ego, well placed, is when somebody slaps your cheek and then you're like, nah, you're not going to slap the other cheek. That's ego well placed. So that means if somebody does something to you that you do not like, you do not need to go and fight with them. What you do is you walk away because you have better things to do. But then if the person keeps going after you, even after you told them to fuck off, that you're done, you know, that you just want to be in peace, then okay, you can bring your ego up and make them understand that you're not somebody to be played with. But unless this happens, you don't need to go into ego games. And even when you apply that, you have to go back to center. You go back to your center. You recenter yourself. You don't like, oh yeah, I crushed you and I'm going to keep crushing you. No, because then you're falling back into these ego games. And guess what people are going to do in this life? They're going to try to get you back into those ego games. Because when people see you move forward and that you're unmoved by their behavior, they want to bring you back to where they are. They won't be able to accept the fact that you're able to be neutral, that you're able to move forward, that you're able to be focused inwards. So they're going to try to like, you know, poke you, do little things, you know, test the waters to see if like you're going to get back into the old toxic pattern. And it's your duty as a superhero to like always overcome these battles and be like, no, I'm not going to go into that stuff. It doesn't align with my mission. It doesn't align with what I need to do in life to become a better person. So you see, this is why ego sabotages your life. And I urge you to every day work on that stuff. You know, always remember, focus inward. Focus inward. I got stuff to do. I want to become a better person. I want to follow God's path. I want to attract the right people in my life. So I need to follow the right path. And if you guys enjoyed this video, well, you can like, leave some comments. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. And I'll see you guys soon.